some drop points this past weekend for the Vegans, of course, over in League 2, which opened up the door maybe for some chasing pack. What about the latest round of games? We'll take a look at them. They're coming at you next. Once again, another prediction video today. We're looking forward to match number 33. That's right, over in League 2. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Stop what you're chewing, swallow what you're doing, and of course, hit the old subscribe to keep you bang up to date with all things League 2 related, Clapham Rose related, what football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski. Yes, the Vegans did drop points, and Exeter City move into the top 3. Goodness gracious me. But who's going to be there at the end of the games? Of course, we'll take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs there. They're Patreons, guys. Thank you for your love and, of course, behind the scenes. If you want to help the channel out in another way, check out that link down below. Of course, look forward to seeing your names in there. Of course, support the channel, keep us going. Of course, big old year here over at Blabbing Overseas. So let's recap the games, of course, last week, and of course a bit of an extra one it was, a bit of a bumper week. We did have the mega stream last weekend. Of course, that was hard work, wasn't it? Even the wife still has nightmares about the Zoom call there. But anyway, kicking off all Barrow against Stevenage, end up all square on that. Of course, delay kickoff there, 0-0 it was in the end. Bradford, of course, have decided to get rid of Derek Adams, a monstrous decision by them. Of course, a very experienced manager. Maybe a poison chalice here at Bradford City, just like Sunderland is in League 1. Maybe just like what's a poison chalice in the Championship? You're probably thinking a juggernaut, somebody massive like who's not get promoted. Nottingham Forest, a bit of a poison chalice over there. But anyway, of course, they made the decision to get rid of him. 1-0 loss at home at Vale Parade to Exeter City. Meanwhile, Bristol Rovers 0-0 draw against Mansfield Town. Of course, Mansfield Town to keep their dreams alive. Colchester United 2, Carlisle 2, Crawley 0, Hartlepool 1 on that one. Of course, Walsall 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. Walsall also hired Michael Flynn to take over the reins there, and of course got. I don't think he was in charge for that one, but 1-0 win for them anyway. Leyton Orient, of course, 2-0 loss against Salford City. Will Kenny Jackett be the next one out the door? It could very well be. Meanwhile, Newport County 3, Oldham 3. Goals galore. We had that game covered on our games on the weekend. 0-0 draw between Port Vale and Northampton Town. Rochdale 3-2 winners over Harrogate. Is that right? I don't think that was right. It was 3-3. 3-3. Scrap that. 3-3. Get the old big fat marker out. Get the old big fat marker out. It was actually 3-3. Don't worry. I didn't change the scores to be that. It's just bad juju on my... It's a 3. It's a 3. I know what you're thinking. It doesn't look like a 3, but it is a bloody 3. Of course, Sutton 1, Forestry Rovers 1, Swindon Town 3-0 winners over Scunthorpe. Hartlepool picked up a win over Tranmere midweek. Bristol Rovers 2-0 win over Sutton United. Big win for them, of course. And Newport County against Mansfield was on the list, but it actually takes place this coming Saturday, and hopefully I've got that queued up. Remember that one, Newport County up against Mansfield Town. All right then, folks, here is the table. Of course, the Vegans kicking ass, taking names. Of course, 66 points on the board. 2 games in hand as well over Tranmere, so they are quite comfortable at the moment. Kicking on forward, of course, Exeter City made ground into the top 3 there, 53 points on the board. At the expense of maybe Northampton Town. Sutton dropped down to 5th. Mansfield, of course, 6th, and Newport County are in 7th. Down the foot, of course, Scunthorpe United are getting a little bit left on their own there. Oldham Athletic also could go down. Don't forget Carlisle in a bit of trouble, as well as, of course, Colchester, Barrow, and Rochdale. Kicking off forward, let's take a look at our own little league there, a prediction league. Kicking ass, taking names. Well done to Jim E. Wooden there, picking up 9. Well done to you, sir, for doing the honours, of course, and dominating this week. Meanwhile, what's that done to the mini leaderboard for the second half of the season? Of course, it is Jimmy Watton right now, 53 points on the board. Well done to you, sir. And then the chasing pack with Deep at the Great and Shepherd Meister, and then a whole host of the plethora of boys back there. Of course, big love for the patrons as well. Let's take a look, of course, the next round of matches. If you want to get involved, it is Carlisle League 2, free to enter. Get your name in lights next weekend, of course. But yeah, we're going to jump at the deep end and hopefully take a look at the next round of games, of course. So here I'm trying to find my data. Where's my data? There's my data. So here we go then. Of course, Carlisle will take on Swindon Town. Let's get into the deep end on this one then. Of course, played each other 20 times, 2006. 6 wins for Carlisle, 7 wins for Swindon, and 7 draws. Carlisle companies have won the last 7 games, 17% form up against the Swindon Town side. Just 1 win and 6 for them, 42% form as well. They've hit a bit of the skids at the moment. Meanwhile, last time out over in Carlisle was a 1-1 draw back in February 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, this season was back in August. Match number 2, 2-1 win for Carlisle. It was Carlisle coming into this on the back of a 2-2 draw against Colchester. Colchester. Swindon pick up a 3-0 win over Scunthorpe United. The odds, though, 90 to 10 is your Carlisle, 29 to 20 is your Swindon Town, and 23 to 10 is your bloody draw. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Swindon Town on this. That's right, 2-0 win for them on the road to take it to the house. Kicking off forward is Exeter City up against Barrow. That's right, of course. Top end versus bottom end. Played each other 3 times to 2021. Just 1 win for Barrow, 2 draws, and 0 wins to Exeter City. Exeter City, they'll come to this unbeaten in the last 7 games, picking up 5 wins in the past 6, 92% form up against the Barrow side, who've just lost once in the past 4. And you flip it around a little bit, just 1 win in 6, 33% form for Barrow right now. Last round, of course, over in Exeter was a 1-1 draw back in May 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, was back in August, match number 3. It was a 0-0 draw as well. So back-to-back draws between these two sides. Exeter pick up a 4-3 win over Harrogate. Of course, that was back in the 50s. Meanwhile, Barrow pick up a 0-0 draw against Stevenage. The odds, though, for this one, we have Exeter 6-4 on for the victory, 92 is your draw, and 11-4 is your draw. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Exeter on this one. They'll get their first win over Barrow and, of course, keep their top 3 dreams alive. Kicking off forward, Stevenage up against Bristol Rovers. Barton's boys, of course, down Stevenage way. Of course, play each other according to my eyes 4 times since 2015, 3 for Stevenage, nothing for Bristol Rovers, and 1 draw. Just 1 win in 6 of Stevenage right now, 42% form. Up against the Bristol Rovers side, just 1 defeat in the past 6 for them, 67% form as well. Last time, of course, over in Stevenage, it was a 0-0 draw back in April 2016. The reverse fixture this season, back in August, was, of course, 2-0 win for Stevenage as well. Bristol Rovers haven't scored against Stevenage in the last 3 games. They've only scored 1 goal against them over the course of 4 games. Meanwhile, Stevenage pick up a 0-0 draw against Barrow. Back-to-back games without scoring a goal for Stevenage. Meanwhile, Bristol Rovers pick up a 2-0 win over Sutton United. Back-to-back clean sheets as well for Barton's boys. Is that a bloody spider in my eye? Is that a bloody spider in my eye? Kicking off, although the odds for this one, what do we have on this? We have Stevenage coming at you 11-8 for the victory, 11-5 is your Bristol Rovers, and 9-4 is your draw. I'm going to go with the Bristol Rovers win here. They've got the form between their teeth and maybe making a surge for playoffs themselves. Kicking off forwards is the Vegans. They're taking on Walsall. That's right. Now these two sides, of course, play each other 7 times in 2019. 2 wins for Forest Green, 3 for Walsall, and 2 draws, of course. Double Welsh action in the dugouts. Rob Edwards for Forest Green, and of course Michael Flynn for Walsall. The Vegans come to 83% form for them, winning 4 of the last 6. They haven't lost in the last 12. Meanwhile, of course, Walsall on the back of a win. 17% fall for Michael Flynn. Last time out, of course, over in Vegan land, it was a 1-1 draw back in October 2020. The reverse fixture at the Bescott was back in, of course, August 2021. 3-1 win for the Vegans. They also played each other this season in the third, another encounter that was back in, of course, in the Football League Trophy. Southern Group D is a 2-0 win for the Vegans, of course, back in November. Forest Green Rovers coming to us on the back of a draw against Sutton United. Of course, Walsall pick up a 1-0 win over Tranmere last time around. The odds, though, for this one, what do we have on this? We have Forest Green Rovers coming at you 5-3 on for the victory, 90-4 is your away win. That's Walsall, and 3-1 is your draw. 3-0 win for the Vegans on this one. Walsall, of course, new manager. We'll have to wait for that new manager bounce. Kicking off forward will be Harrogate Town against Leyton Orient, of course, over in Harrogate. Now these two sides have played each other 5 times. 2018, 1 for Harrogate, 3 for Leyton Orient, and 1 draw. Of course, Harrogate coming to us on the back of a 1 win in 6 games for them, 33% form up against the Leyton Orient side, who haven't won in the last 10 games. Goodness gracious me, they've actually lost 5 of the last 6. Of course, last round over in Harrogate, it was a 2-2 draw back in April 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, over in Brisbane Rovers, a 2-0 win for Harrogate back in August. Harrogate pick up a 4-3 loss against Exeter. Leyton Orient did pick up a 2-0 loss against Salford. Haven't scored in 3 games. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, of course, Harrogate Town coming into 13-10 for the victory, 2-5 is your draw, and 9-4 is your away win. That's Leyton Orient. I've gone with a draw here, 1-1 in the end. It's not really going to be good enough, is it, to be honest with you? I think Kenny Jackett, you're on borrowed time. Kicking off forward is Hartlepool. They're going to be taking on, of course, Sutton United, of course. Now, both of these two sides got promoted last season. Played each other 9 times in 2017. 1 win for Hartlepool, 4 for Sutton United, and 4 draws. Of course, Hartlepool coming to just 1 defeat in the past 6, 75% form. Meanwhile, Sutton United haven't picked up a win in the last 4, 58% form. However, just 1 defeat in the past 6, of course. Meanwhile, last round, Hartlepool was in the National League back in January 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, in Sutton, way back in September, was a 1 win for Sutton. Of course, coming at you, though, Sutton United pick up a 2-0 loss against Bristol Rovers. Tranmere pick up a 1-0 loss against Hartlepool last time around. In fact, back-to-back clean sheets for Hartlepool heading into this one. Look at the odds. 13-8 is your Hartlepool, 13-8 is your Sutton United, and 5-2 is your draw. I think I've gone with a draw as well. No in the end. That's probably round about right. So I'm going to go with a draw on that one. Newport County up against Mansfield Town. Of course, Newport County and Mansfield Town both in the playoff race. Big time. Of course, played each other according to my house 26 times since 2010. 8 wins for Newport County, 12 for Mansfield, and 6 draws, of course. Newport County haven't won in the last 3, though. 58% form. Meanwhile, Mansfield, 83% form for them right now, winning 4 and drawing 2. 2, of course, unbeaten in the last 7. Meanwhile, last round, Notts County was a 2-1 win for Notts County back in October 2020. The reverse fixture this season, back in August, was a 2-1 win for Mansfield. In fact, the away side has only won once of the last 6. That was, of course, when Newport County beat Mansfield in the semi-finals of the League 2 playoffs back in 2019. Oldham did draw with Newport County 3-3 last round. Of course, Mansfield picked up a 0-0 draw against Bristol Rovers. The odds, though, for this one, we have Newport County 23-20 for the victory. We have, of course, 12-5 is your away win, and we have also 12-5 is your draw on this one. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Newport County, even though I think Mansfield are going to be in that playoffs at the end of the season. Meanwhile, kicking off forward, Northampton Town against Colchester United, of course, early kickoff over in League 2. Now, these two sides have played each other 11 times. There's 3 forwards in Northampton, 7 wins to Colchester, and 0 draws. Of course, Northampton just 1 defeated past 6 for them, 67% form up against the Colchester side, 1 defeated past 6, 58% form as well. Last round, of course, over in Northampton was a 4-0 win for Colchester back in February 2019. The reverse fixture, of course, back in Colchester in August was a 1-0 win for Northampton Town. Northampton picked up a 0-0 draw against Port Vale and back-to-back clean sheets for them. In fact, three clean sheets on the spin for Northampton Town. Meanwhile, Colchester coming to this on the back of a 2-2 draw against Carlisle. A look at the odds for this one. We have Northampton 6-4 on for the victory, 11-4 is your draw, and 9-2 is your away. With Northampton Town to take this one, a 2-0 win for them. In the end, kicking on to the final 4 here, we have Oldham Athletic up against Bradford City, of course, managerless Bradford City. Mark Truman, has he been brought back in? I don't even know about that. Played each other 29 times in 1996, 17 wins to Oldham, 7 wins to Bradford, and 5 draws. Of course, Oldham unbeaten the last 4. The resurgence continues, of course, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws of the last 4. 50% form over the last 6. Meanwhile, Bradford just 1 win and 5 for them, 42% form as well. Last round, of course, over at Boundary Park, it was a 3-1 win for Oldham back in December 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, in Valley Parade was a 2-1 win for Bradford back in August. Oldham picked up a 3-3 draw against Newport County. Bradford did lose to Exeter, of course, 1-0 loss as well. Kicking on forward, though, the odds for this one, Oldham 23-10 for the victory, 11-5 is your draw, and 5-4 is your away win. That's, of course, Bradford City. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Oldham on this one. Bradford City, of course, on the ropes. And, of course, their season-defining point in the season now. It is in February. Still got a chance to save their season if they get their act right. Same can be said for Oldham down the foot of the table. Kicking off forward is Salford up against Crawley. Team GB, also still in the hunt for playoffs. Played each other, according to my eyes, around about 5 times in 2019. No wins for Salford, 3 for Crawley, and 2 draws. Just 1 defeat past 5 for Salford, 58% form. Meanwhile, 1 defeat past 5 for Crawley, 50% form as well. Last round, of course, in Salford, there was a draw back in October 2020. The reverse fixture in Crawley back in August was a 2-1 win for Crawley. The home side has not lost this game in the last 5, so that's good omen for Salford. Meanwhile, Salford picked up a 2-0 win over Leyton Orient, back-to-back clean sheets for them. Meanwhile, of course, Crawley did lose to Hartlepool, 1-0 loss as well. The odds, though, for this one, 11-10 is your Salford, 11-4 is your Crawley, and 9-4 is your draw. Team GB all the way here, 3-1 win for them to take it to the house. Scunthorpe United up against Rochdale, of course, relegation 6-pointer, if I ever saw one. Played each other 21 times since 2003. Of course, former manager of Rochdale, Keith Hill, manages Scunthorpe these days. Of course, they've beaten Rochdale 8 of the previous 21 times, 6 wins for Rochdale and 7 draws. Just 1 win and 6 for Scunthorpe right now against the Rochdale side, who, of course, I'm one in the last, 6 games, of course. Picking up just 1 defeat on the past 5 for them, 33% form, drawing a lot of games. Meanwhile, last round, of course, over at Scunthorpe was a 3-3 draw back in September 2018 in League 1, might I add. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture at Spotlands this season back in August was a 0-0 draw as well. The away side hasn't won this game in the last, I don't even know, whole bunch of games. The last time the away side won was when Scunthorpe beat Rochdale back in 2013. It's been a while, guys. Scunthorpe picked up a 3-0 loss against Swindon. Rochdale picked up a 3-3 draw against Harrogate last time around. The odds, though, for this one, 12-5 is your Scunthorpe, 13-10 is your Rochdale, and 11-5 is your draw. 1-0 win for Scunthorpe on this one, big win for them, hopefully to kick on and maybe survive the season. And then finally, it's Tranmere up against Port Vale, of course, a playoff encounter, a fruity one as well. Played 34 times in 1994, 17 wins for Tranmere, 11 wins for Port Vale, and 6 draws, of course. Tranmere, though, back-to-back defeats for them, 42% form up against the Port Vale side, unbeaten in the last 5, picked up 2 wins and 3 draws to boot. Of course, last round in Tranmere, of course, was a 3-1 win for Tranmere back in February 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, was in August. It was a 0-0 draw over at Vale Park. That's right. Tranmere back-to-back games without scoring a goal. Port Vale also committed on the back of a goalless affair against Northampton Town. The odds, though, for this one, 30-10 is your Tranmere, 9-4 is your Port Vale, and 9-4 is also your draw. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Tranmere, back to winning ways, of course, maybe even back into the top 3. I think they're already in the top 3. But anyway, regardless of all that, this is my links here if you want to get involved with the show, prediction show, and all that kind of jazz. Cutley/League 2 it is. And if you are a League 2 expert and want to get into content creation, of course, right here at Blackburn Overseas, you can use and abuse the platform right here. Of course, get your own numbers up there, maybe even pitch your own channel, but of course, keeping it real. Let me know down below, and of course, the comment section, or better still, follow me on Twitter, direct me, message me, of course, over there, and we'll get chatting, of course, about that. That's, of course, it for now. Be sure to give the video a like. It does wonders for the old the old algorithm, gets the voice out there. So just do me a favour and smash the thumbs up regardless. And, of course, hit the subscribe if you're new. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next one. We'll be back, of course, next week for some more action.